everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Rundown with Silva. I am Tyler Silva, and today my guest is an amazing fucking drummer. An absolutely amazing guy. He is the founder of Bodacious Prince. You may have seen him in bands like TV Tragedy and FOL. Give it up for my man, Chris.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, bud?
How you doing, man? It's good to see you.
Dude, it's really good to see you.
Been way too long.
Dude, too
God
long.
damn.
How are things, buddy?
Yeah, things are things, you know.
Dude,
Good
it's
as they can be, I guess.
it's so weird not seeing you.
Yeah,
Because
no.
we play shows, like we've been doing this for years.
Yeah,
like
constantly playing shows together.
Constantly.
When was the last time? Hammies, probably?
Yep, Hammies. I was just talking to Patrick, or no, I was talking to Hoon. That was the
Yeah.
last time I saw him too.
Damn, that was in January?
That was a year ago, over a year ago.
Year and a month now. Yeah, that's crazy, man. Going from playing like shows 5 nights a week to just nothing at all.
Dude, absolutely wild. Squared was booked till like July. We were supposed to play like Shirts and Things, like anniversary party or
Yeah.
something like that in July. That fell
Like
through.
it worked out good for FOL because Dave just had his baby. I had a baby, so we weren't doing much.
Yeah, congratulations to you too,
Thank you.
buddy.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. So we didn't really miss out too much with FOL, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but everything else, like, that sucks.
Absolutely.
TV Tragedy had shows booked and shit, but
Yeah, dude, it's definitely been a wild fucking ride. It's fucking depressing.
yeah, yeah, to say the least, for
To
sure.
say the least. So what you guys been up to? What's the deal?
Just been working, man. That's pretty much it. Hanging out with the kids. More time at home with the kids is cool and shit, but
How many kids do you have now?
so we have 4 altogether. That's
ridiculous.
Yeah, I had 1. Lola has 2 from a previous relationship, and then we had 1 together.
Nice, buddy.
Yeah, it's cool.
Gotta
It's fun. Keeps us busy.
I have a basketball team right there.
Right? Yeah, it's cool. You know, just working. TV Tragedy just finished recording a full length.
Dude, excellent.
Yeah, so that's coming out at some point in time.
Nice.
Getting mastered as we speak.
Absolutely. Where'd you guys record?
Sound Vision.
Where's
over
that?
Mike Beck.
Sorry.
Over, it's in Mesa. Down
Oh,
on
okay.
Dobson and something. But yeah.
Dope.
It's where Line Cutters recorded. I think Skull Drug did their Common Drugs EP there.
Nice.
Yeah, so we did 15 songs.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like full.
So
like,
you guys have been working.
legit full length. Yeah, it's been cool. I joined them in like last February, like right before everything kind of shut down. Mm-hmm. And then everything shut down. And all our shows got canceled. And we just started writing. We wrote an entire album. They had some songs, you know, and some older songs and some songs they had written. And then we cranked out a few. And
Was it hard to write with these guys? I mean, I know you just, you have such a natural chemistry with FOL and
yeah, you know, it was different because coming into like someone else's band, you know, like
Yeah.
I'm not really used to that. Like I started FOL. I've been there through the whole thing. Most of the bands that I've played in, besides a couple of them, have been bands that I started. So it was a little weird at first, but like me and all those dudes hit it off real good. We have a good chemistry and we clicked, and the album it's good. It's really good. It's probably some of the music I'm most proud of writing and recording.
nice.
Yeah,
So you had a big hand in writing in this too.
Yeah, I think I wrote about, I think we came up with like 4 or 5 originals since I joined.
Awesome.
And then a couple they already had, you know, some stuff I changed and some they changed the way, excuse me,
No, you're good.
around the way
Here.
that I play as opposed to their other drummer. So,
Nice.
yeah.
So FOL, take me through like day one to now. Because
So-
I think a lot of people know FOL, in our scene and whatnot, but I wonder how much of the history they actually know.
So I had moved down here. I lived in Prescott for a long time, and I played in a band that I started up there called Silent Us. And it was like crust, like grind, hardcore, just like
Dirty.
brutal, dirty punk, and it was so good. But then I moved down here, and I was still playing with them in Prescott, but I just needed more to do because didn't get to practice often and stuff. So I put an ad on Craigslist, and I've always wanted to play in like a skate punk band, old 90s Fat Wreck, Epitaph stuff. Like my favorite bands are No Effects and Bad Religion and all that shit.
Absolutely.
So I just put an ad on Craigslist, looking for a guitar player, people to start a band. I play drums. This is what I want to sound like. And somebody replied, but it like went to my spam folder, so I didn't even see it for like 3 or 4 months. And I'm just like randomly going through my email and see this dude's email. And there's this guy, Kyle, and I hit him back. He's like, hey, man, saw you emailed. Do you still want to start a band? He's like, yeah, for sure. And so he came over like 2 or 3 days later. We started jamming in my old basement. It's like, hey, we kind of got something going here. Like, it's kind of cool sound. So I was like, I know this bass player. I haven't talked to him in a while. Like, we grew up together. I've known him forever. We kind of had a falling out. I haven't talked to him in 4 or 5 years, but hit him up and see what he's still doing. So I hit up Dave. We kind of buried our hatchets of what beef we had or whatever over years, just being stupid, drunk 20-year-olds. Started hanging out, and he came over and played bass, and we just started cranking out songs, man. Like, me and Dave started our very first band together in, like, 2008 or 9, 10, something like that.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I started playing music, like, in my early 20s because Dave played bass for a while, and then I was like, I'm going to learn how to play guitar. I'm going to kind of learn how to play some drums, you know, and kind of just put together a shitty punk band that I played guitar in. And then... yeah, that was called Fourth and Long, and it was just terrible. Horrible. We played so many shows in Prescott and like had friends and followers, but it was just, going back now, it was so bad. So I hit up Dave. We start hanging out again and stuff, and he starts jamming and kind of kicks off real well. And then our guitar player's having some issues. I don't even know what his deal was. And Aaron posted... in the AZ punk scene that he wanted to start jamming with people. He just started playing guitar a couple
And
years.
when was that?
What's that?
When did you see that post?
That was here. We started FOL 2015. Yeah, end of 2015. And then Aaron was posting right around that same time. Like we recorded a little 5-song EP. It was called Ghetto Blaster. And then Aaron just started Punk Forefront, the whole like promotion company he has on Facebook.
Shout out Punk Forefront.
Punk Forefront is the shit. And so I sent him our CD. It's like, hey, check us out. You know, we're like a new punk band in town. And he really liked it. And then he put a post in like the AZ punk scene, like, hey, I just want to jam with people. I'm kind of new to guitar. I just want to jam with the band, you know, like not trying to join anything, just to know what it's like to jam with people. So I sent him a message, and I didn't know, but our guitar player sent him a message too. Like, hey, man, come jam in our basement. Like, we just started this band. Like, come hang out, you know, see what's going on. So he comes and jams with us, and it just like... instantly like, holy shit, this kid can play guitar. Like,
dude, he's a nut. And like when I heard, because he had not been playing,
he had a
long.
year of guitar experience when he joined first. We're the first band he's ever played in. Like,
that's so insane.
Blows my mind.
I know
man.
he's got some music background because he plays some trumpet.
Yeah, trumpet, I think, and stuff, and was in band in school and stuff. But
when I first met you guys in Prescott,
yeah,
that was like one of our first shows. You know what I mean? And it was really cool. When we met you guys, it just seemed like we were inseparable.
Yeah,
like,
instantly clicked, dude. We were just together all the time, all the shows.
And it's been bizarre too because me and Dave became very close. Like me and Dave became very close. And like now that I'm seeing him once every 6 months, like something about that is like a direct reflection of like how my life is going. It seems like
For sure.
It's weird, man.
Yeah,
But
it's crazy.
Aaron is a talented fucking
man.
dude.
He was like a year into guitar when he joined us, and he showed up with riffs and like, dude, these songs sound like No Effects songs. Like, this is exactly what I'm trying to play.
Was he really into punk when you met him? Or
Yeah. I think he grew up like, I think his dad listened to like No Use For and stuff like that. So like he's been into like old 90s punk for a long time. But yeah, we started jamming with him, write some songs, have a like hardcore falling out with our original guitar player. He just kind of just loses.
Oh, there's the
shit.
big guy right there.
Oh yeah, that's everybody's favorite big guy.
Dude. This
Man, if you haven't seen that Christmas special.
Oh yeah, that Christmas that was so fun.
That was so much fun, man. But yeah, so we find out our guitar player quits. We're just like, hey, Aaron, we got these shows booked. Like, ready to step up, bud? You ready to just play guitar in a band? And he's just kind of like, oh shit, like I guess so, you know?
Yeah.
And then it found out that our EP that we put out, Ghetto Blaster, like 3 of those, like 4 of those songs were like stolen. 3 of them, because there was like 5 songs, and I wrote the other 2. The other 3 songs were like songs from a band in Phoenix called Jedi 5.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
It was this.
Nobody knows this story. This is like confidential information. So,
Oh, excellent. We won't put this anywhere.
Yeah.
Can you? Okay, I need a little bit more details on that.
So, our guitar player Kyle came with all these songs. I wrote these songs. Let's make these songs. We record them all. We get booked on one of the times Felony Records came through.
Yeah.
Came through Phoenix. We played a Felony Records tour show with like MRFer and Strike 12 and Skipjack and all these sick ass skate punk bands that we look up to and stuff.
Nice.
And our guitar player's salty as fuck because he quit. He wanted to rejoin, and we're just like, no, you know, it's not. We don't really like playing with you. You're kind of being a dick to everybody. Like, it's too far gone. Whatever. So he sends a message to the dudes that own Felony Records, saying, these guys stole music. Like, hey, here's this Jedi 5 song. Here's this first or last song next to each other. Like, they're the same thing. and there wasn't songs any of us wrote. And it's like, what the fuck? And come to find out, it was him doing that. And these are songs from a band, Jedi 5, that was in the punk scene, that he tried to join them or played with them or something.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so we just have these songs in our set list that are stolen songs that we didn't even know were stolen. Never heard Jedi 5 or anything like that. Like,
Right.
Wasn't in the Phoenix punk scene for long and shit. We weren't. So never heard of these songs or anything. And it's like, uh-oh, like, damn,
Holy
like if this
shit.
gets out, like this is gonna ruin us. So we just scrapped them all, wrote a whole bunch of new songs, recorded that Kind of But Seriously EP.
Yes.
And just never looked back, to be honest. Like it was weird, but then we just realized we all clicked, wrote those songs, and just never really looked back.
Dude, that's
Still
awesome.
going. Yeah, it was crazy. It was a weird start.
So so that was your first EP then? Or the one following when you said you scrapped
Ghetto Blaster was our very, very first one.
Ghetto Blaster, and then the last one that you guys put out was Cat Videos and Propaganda?
Yeah, Therapathy.
Therapy. Yes.
Yeah.
Cat Videos and Propaganda is the song
On it, yeah.
Dude, that was fucking awesome. And you guys toured off that for a
Yeah,
while,
we toured on Kind of But Seriously, and then we did a little, 5-day, 10-day thing or something, and then that helped us get that Punk and Drublick show.
Yes. Okay,
then-
let's circle back a little bit. So when
Okay.
it comes to Kinda But Seriously, what was your tour like?
So yeah, that was all self-release, and like being in Silent Us, I just had like a real good in with like the DIY communities and figured out how bands DIY tours and shit. So we just started calling people and just like, hey, this is the route we want to go, and we just started calling people in cities and booking shows and stuff. And we did 10 days, like Vegas up through California and kind of up to like, I think we went up to San Francisco that time.
Nice.
Yeah, and then back over to like Reno and like all kinds of. So we had a good jaunt on it, and we came back like with money in our pockets.
Oh,
like,
shit.
Holy shit, we made
No one
money.
in the punk scene does that.
We made money doing this. Like we sold merch, we were prepared, had our CDs, and went on tour. Like slept van, just like did everything we could to just not spend money. Couple days where it's like, hey, shit, we've made enough money. Like, let's get a hotel room and some food. Like, let's stop eating tortillas with fucking pepper sauce we stole from Steak and Shake, So we did that and then came back and it just rode that momentum wave. Like, we got so many cool shows, like Authority Zero shows and Casualties and like the Marquee for the
Yes,
first
dude.
time and that Punk and Drublick show. And it just all like just took off so fast. Like, all of us were just like, what the fuck are we even doing? Like, how did this even happen? Like,
Yeah, it
we were
really
just writing songs in a basement months ago, and now we're just touring and playing the Marquee and bands that we've always looked up to. And
It's wild. It's crazy, and it like, no offense, but it wasn't just you guys too. You know what I mean? There was this period of time before all this shit hit where there was like a big handful of us really
yeah.
like nailing these shows.
it was cool, man.
And like someone asked me the other day, so like, are you trying to like make it? And I'm like, I don't even know what that means, but we're
Yeah.
always just chasing the bigger show.
Yep.
Like that's all it really is.
Yeah,
Make it.
for
I don't
real.
even know what that fucking means
I know,
anymore.
seriously. But it was like it was like a crazy like renaissance of punk rock here. And
Yeah.
like just seeing all the homies doing the coolest shit. Like you guys are playing cool shows. Squared's playing with Flogging Molly and No Effects. Skull Drugs getting rad shows.
Yeah, dude.
Everybody's playing with all these national headliners we've all looked up to, and it's just so cool. Like, damn, that's my friend up there playing. Like,
Dude, it's wild.
Holy shit, we're gonna be up there playing. Like,
I remember the first time that I played the Marquee. We were doing a showcase to get on that Flogging Molly show with Rundown, and I didn't realize how big the stage was until you were up there.
I know, right?
Dude, I brought a 15-foot quarter-inch. I could not get too far at all, bro. There was so much room up there.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the first time walking out from behind the curtains,
Oh, dude,
like
so
holy
bizarre.
shit, man. Like I've been going here since I was a little kid. Like all my first punk shows and big shows were at that place. And
Dude, yeah, it was wild. We played there. The first time we played the Marquee, we were doing the showcase, and then the second time we did, we were opening for Authority Zero and Hey Smith from Japan
Oh,
on
that's
their
sick.
first American tour.
yeah, that's sick.
And that was super dope. And that was just another moment too. Like, you're walking from the backstage,
Yeah.
which you never walk through,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And so I'm acting a fool. Like I'm like, woo, like just doing all sorts of
Yep.
dumb shit. And sure enough, here comes Jason DeVore. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, hi.
Yeah, no, right? Like, am I supposed to be here? Like,
Dude, it's wild.
yeah,
like,
it was a trip.
so gnarly.
Yeah, our first one there was with Authority Zero too, and then we played there a second time with DOA and MDC.
Yeah, I was at that show. Yeah,
Which was just fucking crazy, man.
Great show.
DOA was the first like major band we ever played with. We got thrown on a Club Red show with DOA, and there was like 12 people there.
Oh,
And it was just so fucking cool. And like Joey Shithead walked up afterwards and like shook my hand, like, "You're a great drummer, man." And I was just like, "What the fuck? Like, you're Joey fucking Shithead." Like,
Dude.
God damn, man.
Yeah, I had one of those moments too. I've had a couple of those moments.
Yeah.
One of them that kind of meant the most to me because it was like a shitty show almost. We opened up for the Swinging Utters.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yes, cool, right?
Yeah.
On a World Series game. Like, so the World Series was going on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't play the World Series.
I was like, y'all just like
yeah.
7th inning stretch.
Yeah. No, but the World Series was going on, and we were playing Pub Rock Live in Scottsdale, or something like that. And no one was fucking there until Swinging Utters were on. And the sound guy, like, was a baseball fan. Like, he had his fucking cap on and shit. And I was like, "Hey, can we get a sound check?" And he was like, watching the TV, just touching the board like way over here and shit.
Oh man, that's the worst when
Yeah.
good shows land on days like that.
Yeah, but we played for like 7 people or something, and the drummer of Swinging Utters came up and was like, "You guys are really killer, and like, don't let this shit fucking phase you or anything.
Yeah.
Like, you guys put on a hell of a show, and you guys are good performers." And
Fuck yeah.
that meant a lot.
That's all that really matters.
Yeah.
And that's such a good feeling.
Dude, yeah. And then the other time was when we played with Nothington. It was the first time I think we played with Reason Unknown too. That was like our first time meeting them, and we went up and played our set, and Nothington was really, really fucking cool to us.
Yeah.
Like, they came up and like gave us big old hugs, almost like we had just like ran a marathon and came in first place. It was pretty wild to like get that. Like, that was awesome. And it was like one of Nothington's last tours, so it was super special.
Cool.
And like him, and then I think he was the lead singer of Western Settings. Like, as soon as I got off stage, like, they took me to the bar and like just started giving me all these shots. I was so fucked
That's so,
up.
that's so cool though. That's such a cool feeling.
It really is.
It's
man.
weird when like you realize all these dudes you've looked up to and like listened to their music forever. They're exactly the same people as us.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally just older punks. Like,
Yeah.
And most of them are cool as fuck most of the time.
Yeah. Dude, take me through Bodacious Prince a little bit.
So,
This is like a really cool thing you and Lola got going on, right?
Bodacious Prince here.
Hell yeah, represent.
So, again, back to like my Prescott DIY days, I just had an old punk friend like taught me how to make a screen, like to make shirts, like taught me how to use a screen blocker, trace the logo on there. He's like, "Yeah, man, you can make your own shirts like this easy. Like, all you got to do is paint this screen, do this." We used to go to Goodwill and buy shirts and shit like that. So learning how to do that when FOL started, it's like, yo, I know how to make shirts. Like, we can just do this. And Lola is just like an amazing artist.
Yes,
like,
dude.
incredible. So we just had her. She's made every single FOL logo. She did the Therapathy cover. Like, she did Skull Drugs, Death by 45
Is she
cover.
doing these by hand, or like is she using like any sort of
so-
digital stuff?
So it's usually, the Skull Drug, Death by 45, she did that album cover.
Yeah.
And she drew that all by hand.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
leave that up there, Justin. I want to look at some of that shit that they got up there for a little bit.
And then the Therapathy cover, she basically like sketches it out, and then she'll throw it on like Illustrator or something. So she did that whole Therapathy cover, and that, like, we changed that whole entire album name, everything. We gave her like less than a week. And it's like, "Hey, we need this cover. Can you put this together? This is our idea." And she just like cranks it out.
Oh wow, so is it this little collage kind of what you guys got going on right
Yeah,
here?
that's pretty much all the things we offer. Some bands we've done. We did stuff for ISB and some other people, and got some Bodacious shirts for sale to like fund us doing bigger and better things.
Where can they buy those?
If you hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/BodaciousAZ or BodaciousAZ@gmail.
Okay.
Yeah, just email us. We do hats, patches, shirts, koozies, like literally anything.
Nice.
And we can do full color stuff, single color stuff, no minimums. Like, if you need 2 medium shirts, like, we're going to make you 2 medium shirts. We're going to give you the same price as if you're ordering more. Like, we're just trying to help out homies.
Nice.
Like, I know what it's like to struggle and not be able to afford merch. And it's like this many shirts for this price. And it's hard to get that kind of money together when you're in a band to come up with $300 or $400 to get a lot of merch to go on tour or to play a big show or something, And so we're just trying to hook homies up with good prices, like, not a huge profit margin and stuff, but we want our homies to have good merch and stuff like that. And then to be able to do that and, hook my bands up, like, my bands, like, I know that 90% of the money made in music is off merch. It seems like,
absolutely.
There's not record sales. There's not stuff like that, Bar payouts aren't great, so all the money that my bands have made has always been off of merch. So I don't want people to miss out on that kind of shit because you can't afford merch. Or
Absolutely.
Whatever. So, yeah, hit us up. Package deals. We can cut deals if something doesn't work.
You guys are a little Robin Hood of merch game.
Yeah,
in the punk
exactly,
rock
man.
scene.
Just trying to help people out because we started out Lola painting screens, drawing these logos and stuff, and now we've upgraded our shit to where it's like actually doing legit stuff now. So it's cool.
Now, when you guys go on tour, she goes with you.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, she runs the show, man. Like drives van, runs merch. She's loading gear. She's fucking wrangling cats, keeping us in line and shit. Keeping Dave on a fucking leash and all that shit. And like she's band mom, like legit takes care of us and makes sure everything's taken care of. And you can see it by the end of tour, like she's tired of our shit.
Oh, dude,
like,
I'm sure.
I can't even imagine being stuck in a van with us for multiple days.
So she sleeps van too.
Oh yeah, she'll sleep van.
Man.
She whips that van. She does all the main driving. I'll drive when we get in the cities. Stuff like that. So we got a good thing going, and it's cool. She's always on tour, like no
That's
problems.
awesome.
It's not like your normal. Don't bring girlfriends on tour. It's like, yo, Mrs. F got to run shit. If she's not here, like, who's running merch? Who's gonna do this?
We're gonna
Who's
end up
do
stuck
that?
in Vegas day 2.
Exactly. So yeah, she's always on tours with us. She's always a part of it all. She's definitely the fourth member of FOL, without a doubt.
That's awesome, man. That's super fucking cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So, man, you have a fucking crazy ass like little family lifestyle workshop going on.
Yeah.
So, are you running bodacious out of your house too?
Yeah, so we used to do it out of our garage. We started like painting screens and doing it on our like kitchen floor. So then we got upgraded. Now we're doing it in our garage, and we just moved, and we didn't have space in this house. So we actually bought an Airstream,
What the
like a
fuck is that?
1957 like Airstream, like travel trailer. One of those big ass aluminum.
Justin, can you look one of those up? I have no idea what the fuck that looks like. It's called an Airstream?
Yeah, once you see it, you'll know.
Okay,
Once
so
you see it.
it's an Airstream.
Yeah, so that we just pretty much are in the process of turning that into a print shop. And so it'll be mobile also in the long run.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it all tin like this? Is it?
Yeah, it's all exact. It's like a 1957 Streamline. So it's like that green, right there where you're hovering over, just like that.
Dude, that's fucking gangster.
Yeah, it's dope.
That's so sick.
It's
it looks
so
like a
dope.
bullet train fucking or like a
So
subway.
we're in the process of turning that into a print shop. Like that's what I'm
Wow.
working out of right now. And then we'll be able to pull it to festivals, and do
Dude.
shit like just like have
Make shirts like on
Yeah,
site.
like
Because I
pick
saw
a-
that.
it's
I
like
seen
we
shit
can
like
just
that.
print anything you want on anything. Like you just like, hey, I got this picture, cool, email it to me, I'll put it on a shirt, come back in 30 minutes, here's your shirt.
Dude, that's fucking cool, man.
So yeah, it's gonna be pretty rad. We got some big plans for it. It's all slow, it's all DIY, it's all mom and
course.
pops, just me and her doing it when the kids go to sleep. So
you future plan is to haul that around a little
Yeah,
bit. That's gonna be
yeah.
awesome, dude.
it'll be cool. Pull that with the van, sleep van, print shirts.
What's the time like on that? Like, let's just say, like, hey, I need a shirt with this on it. When do I How long is that going to take you to come up with this design? Like, it's got to be.
I don't know, a couple weeks tops usually.
Yeah?
yeah.
That's not bad at all.
It's mostly because we're working around kids' schedule too.
Oh,
So
of
it's like
course.
kids go to bed. I'm gonna go out and crank out some shirts. Like she does all the layout. I go out and print it all. So we got like a little, chain gang thing going on. If she has this process, and we just kind of rotate and do it. So a lot of times it's like working around kids sleeping and stuff. So.
Yeah.
But it's usually not long, couple weeks tops.
What do
you
your
know.
kids range from in age?
My oldest, my son is 14. He'll be 15 in October.
oh shit!
Yeah,
About to
like-
almost get his permit, buddy.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. Like,
I've seen him
blows
too.
my
He looks
mind.
like a little you, man.
Yeah. He is my mini me, and it's a trip. Now him being teenage kid, and it's like fuck.
Oh man, here it comes.
Yep, we the same person, man. Like I already know what you're going through. You don't want to listen to it, but I already know what you're gonna do. And then our daughter Allie is 9. She just turned 9. My son Lucas just turned 6 in August, so I guess he's like 6.5 now. And then our daughter's 18 months.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's
so 14 to a year and a half.
That's insane.
Big old range.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
What's your oldest into? Is he anything like you, kind of?
A little bit. Like he grew up, he was into punk rock and stuff growing up, but now he's kind of finding his own thing, and he's more into hip hop and shit. And like me and him really bonded over because he listens to some terrible hip hop.
Yeah,
course.
most kids do.
But then he's like, hey, have you ever heard of MF Doom? And I'm just like, bro, sit down. Like, you got some shit to learn. Like, here we go. We're on the same page again. But he's always been into Descendants. Like, I take him to streetlight shows and shit like that.
Yeah. Davis told me about that too. You guys always try to go to streetlight,
yeah,
right?
it's cool. And like, that's like his favorite band of music that I listen to.
That's
so
awesome.
I kind of just suck that as much as I can, you know?
That's super
But
cool.
yeah, he started skating like 2 years ago.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it got me back on a skateboard. I mean, him just go to the
be
skate
careful.
parks now.
We're old.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it hurts. But it's cool. Me and him just go to the skate parks, and I'll just shred a mini ramp, and he's just airing out of bowls and shit. And he's 14. It's like, bro, you are so far ahead of where I was.
Just
like,
super good.
Yeah, it's
That's
cool.
awesome, man.
So we got that to bond over and stuff. But like, it's crazy watching him be older. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck, man. Like.
Do you see him ever helping you out with like maybe screen print stuff or showing him a little bit of the craft?
Yeah, I bet he would. He could do that kind of stuff. I know our daughter Allie, she's interested in it too because she's super artistic like her mom.
Oh, yeah.
So she's intrigued by it, but when she gets bigger, I'm sure we'll be.
What's school been like since all this?
Hayden up in Prescott, he goes to a school called Basis, and they like started online, and then they went in school, and then they're back online, and I think they're about to go back in school. But Allie, we just kept her home and homeschooled for online for the whole year. We're doing that, K-12 online, whatever it is. So it's just, instead of having her bounce back and forth, we're just homeschool online for the year, figure it out from there.
Are you working full time or is
Yeah,
like
my job hasn't stopped.
Yeah, I'm sure you have because I know you work in
I'm an
electrician.
Yeah,
right.
so I've been working nonstop still every day. 'Cause
Yeah, well,
it's essential.
There's been a lot of big contracting jobs, especially with weed being
Yeah,
weed. You
yeah,
got any
our
weed?
guy. Yeah, our
got
guy.
any
We
weed,
had
Austin?
we had some people working in a grow house for a while. I think it was the one that you were working at.
Yeah, I saw some of you
Yeah,
guys
that's
on it
fucking
too.
crazy random.
I was like, where the fuck is Chris? Like,
know,
they won't
right?
let me over there.
I'm not allowed to work in those
bud.
places. But yeah, you know, I do like crazy big ass custom houses and shit. So I've been working for people that are always going to have money. Lola's work is fucking been cut off, which sucks.
Really?
She was bartending over at Club Red.
Oh, that's right.
So
That's
no
right, that's
shows,
right.
no work. So that sucks. But so she's had to stay at home mom and homeschool and shit and all that stuff. So like that's not a fun situation to be in for her.
No, not at all. Dude, that's got to be hard to. You know, it's so crazy because you see people with teaching degrees,
Yeah.
and they're like handing it off to you right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's not their fault.
Yeah.
It's not their fault at all. It's just the reality of the situation.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
It's tough.
And it's tough because then, you know, it lands on Lola, and she's not a teacher, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
none
Like,
of us
we're
are
not
fucking
teachers. Like, I don't
teachers.
fucking remember third grade math. Like,
I can't do fractions.
like it's
I'm
just like
almost 30 years old, and I
it's
can't
like
do
it's
fractions.
so simple, like that you don't understand it, you know. And it's like, I don't know, I do it this way, man. Like, I don't know how you're doing it, you know. Like, I don't know why this is important right now. Like, there's bigger fish to fry in the world than this, you know. And it's crazy trying to have that discipline on them of like focusing on school when we're just like, this shit's fucking pointless. Like we know the real world life type shit, you know, like we know what you actually need to know. Like, I don't know, it sounds dumb saying it out loud, but
Of course. Yeah, you know, Freddie's a teacher, and he was telling me one day, he's like, yeah, you're not going to learn everything in school maybe, but
Yeah.
we are going to keep your brain working so when you
Yeah.
get out of here.
yeah,
like-
and that's what we're kind of get her. It's like, you know, you need to be thinking about this kind of stuff and working, not just zoning out, you know, doing other things, what you do when you're home, when you're taking a break from school, you know. And it also realized like, damn, man, how the fuck do these teachers do this? Like,
Oh my God.
like it's hard to put up with these kids there. And they're like, how do you have a whole classroom full of them? And like, I couldn't do it. Props to teachers for sure.
Dude, Freddie was telling me, because, dude, Freddie was teaching music online. You know what I mean? So he's trying to get, like, first grade, second grade kids to sing a song in sync on Zoom.
Yeah.
Like, it just seems like the most ridiculous shit.
Yeah.
Like, I had really ever heard. It sounds terrible. Like,
Yeah.
I can see why he's doing what he's doing
it
right
doesn't-
now.
It doesn't sound fun at all.
Dude, not at all.
Definitely a whole new respect for teachers in this aspect of it, because
Dude, we
keeping one kid focused is tough. Like,
we don't fucking pay him.
yeah, I know, right? Definitely
It's
not enough. That's
ridiculous.
for goddamn sure.
It's so crazy that we like really don't pay those people.
Yeah.
And you wonder, why you get crazy ass politicians in all sorts of things and
Yeah.
people with crazy ass ideas, and It's just wild.
Yeah, it's a trip, man.
Or when you see like the homeless population because they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of, different reasons for
but
that.
still.
But still, like, I'll tell you right now, like, when I got out of high school, I didn't go to college and I didn't know how to do my fucking taxes.
Nope.
Like,
Nope. I didn't have a bank account until I got married.
No
Like,
shit.
I was just like, nope, don't know how any of this shit works. Like, I don't trust it. Like, I have cash. I will pay my bills like this. Like, and then Lola's like, nah, bro. Like, we're fucking grown ups. We're having a bank account. Like, all right. And like, yeah, man. Like, you just don't learn that kind of shit, And I don't know. It's a trip. There's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah. You been all right mentally, homie? I'll
Yeah.
tell you right now, I have my days.
Yo,
but-
yeah, like those days come and go for sure. Like I've been lucky to work constantly. So
Me too.
I'm not trapped at home. Like I get to get out and do physical labor. I've been practicing. I get to play drums and shit, So in that aspect, like I'm way more well off than a lot of people are. So I try
Yeah.
to like be appreciative of that, Even when I start to get down, it's like, man, there's a lot of people that can't even leave their fucking house.
Yeah.
Like, or they don't have jobs, Like I have a release in hitting drums and shit like that. TV Tragedy's been practicing consistently. So at least once a week, I get to go hit some drums or like play my electric kit at home. So that helps. But it's tough seeing everybody else mentally struggle, Like that weighs
Right.
on me because I'm just trying to like chip in on everybody, and that just stretches me and, shit like that. But, I've been doing good, better than I would expect myself to be, I guess. But I've been staying busy, which
Yeah.
I think helps a lot.
Yeah, I had to stay busy or else I was going to fall into something like
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Every once in a while, like memories pop up of like shows and shit, and that's the hardest
Heartbreaking.
shit.
They are
Like,
heartbreaking.
it's hardest thing. It's
Especially when you see like, the Billy Russell shows. Like,
Yeah.
you really think about some of the best times when there's one band playing, but there are 5 bands on stage.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, exactly.
and
All the homies singing each other's songs.
It's
and
wild,
like,
bro.
Not even a national headliner. It's just local bands, but it's more packed than it's been in months,
Absolutely. Like, I truly do miss the camaraderie of everything.
Yeah, I miss
And,
that definitely more than anything. Just
yeah.
hugging friends. Like, I miss hugging my goddamn friends. Like,
Yeah, right.
like, for real.
It's super wild, man. And I wonder, I say this all the time on these podcasts, but I wonder when things will be the same again.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think never. Sometimes I think a few years. Sometimes I think people are just going to fucking snap.
That's kind of what I'm starting to think, Like, I think it's going to be, like, it feels like maybe late summer we might see some things,
Hopefully.
Yeah, like maybe, Yucca's got a patio. Maybe there's outside shows.
I went there yesterday. It was nice.
Yeah, it's cool now.
Yeah.
It's sad being inside, but outside's cool.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I went inside to grab my beer and I'm like, I don't want to be in here.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I feel like people are really trying to find ways to do things right, But I think it's going to come to a point where people are just like, fuck it, Like, I don't know if when enough people get vaccinated or just like,
Yeah.
Things start mellowing out or whatever. But I don't even know. Like, I don't know what to expect because we keep planning things and they get canceled or they get pushed back or whatever it may be.
Yeah. Yeah, it's strange, man. I don't think anyone's had to do anything like this for a long time.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us were ready.
No, yeah, definitely not. Like, it's such just a change, like an absolute change of pace for everything.
I was talking to Hoon from Skulldrug last week, and we were talking about mental health and whatnot, and he seems to be doing pretty well for himself. But when he was telling me, he's like, I pretty much stay at home. Like, I work from home. I'm always at home.
Yeah.
I try to kind of get out when I can to go for a walk or whatever. But man, I couldn't do it.
No, I couldn't either.
Like, when I was growing up, I wanted to be everywhere but home.
Exactly.
And then before I knew it, like, I wasn't living at home at 16.
Yeah.
And, for things to be this, people rely on this camaraderie and these shows, not for money. They
Yeah.
rely on them to, be human.
Yeah, that's
And
the
it's-
release.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
That's the escape. That's the escape from all the monotony of everything else that's going on every day.
And it's a weird time too because I think a lot of people are looking for acceptance.
Yeah.
Everyone's always looking for acceptance, and it was so easy in our scene, and it went away.
Yeah.
And I think that was really, really hard on some people. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
it was
for sure.
hard on some of us, but like for others, I think it was really, really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, like it's, like the punk scene's always been that place where like everybody can fit in, you know what I'm saying? Like
Absolutely.
like everybody that's doesn't feel right at home or anything like that. And to not have that release, like for those people that are stuck at home, like either with like living with mean people or terrible roommates or whatever it may be, and like that's the escape to go out and get away and be around friends and be accepted somewhere else. And so for that all just to be taken away and like you're just trapped, some people just trapped at home with their own thoughts, not being able to work or anything. Like the people that get to work from home, I'm sure it helps, but like people that can't even work, like I can't
That's
imagine
a whole
that.
nother
Yeah.
amount of stress. Like you are sitting at home watching yourself go broke.
Yeah.
And that is scary.
Yeah.
Like for sure. Justin, I just want to check on the computer real quick. Can you just bring over a Google bar if you don't mind? See if that works. Okay, cool. Just making sure it's working, buddy. I saw it phasing in and out. You figured out how to be you as a band, I guess, when it comes to FOL. Oh yeah, look out for that little power supply. It's the power supply to the switcher right there. Yep, it's the little cube. It's attached to something. It's the little brown extension cable that's attached to like the white cube that powers that thing. Yeah, there's a lot of fucking cables going on there for sure. Yep, that's the one. That's the one. There you go, bud. Thanks, Austin. Sorry, we're still working on stuff. Anyways, we'll see if that even works. But you guys have figured out how to be pretty fucking creative for not having any shows after you guys did your little. I don't know. We were, like you ate hot sauce and
dude,
played songs.
That was Dave has some crazy ideas, but like that one, that was a really good idea. That was so much fun, and like I felt like it was different than just like a normal live stream,
Absolutely.
Just like,
yeah, dude. I was watching it. Well, Austin edited it over here in our little fucking studio and whatever. Looks like we're having some technical difficulties, but we've seen it. I've shown it like 3 times on this fucking podcast. I only have 4 episodes out, but it was so good.
Yeah,
and that looked hard for you.
Oh man, so yeah, that was towards the end. It was
Yeah,
like right when it hit like that halfway point. I was like, all right, like it's getting harder to breathe, and then drumming and singing while not being able to breathe is just a task.
Oh, absolutely. Don't worry about it, Austin. We'll figure it out another time.
Yeah, that was fun. That was so cool. I can't believe that turned out as well as it did, of just like a wild idea. We talked about it for so long and just like planning it and putting it together, and like the songs like shortest to longest with like least hot to the hottest. And like, yeah, it was cool. It was wild. It was different than all the other live streams too, which I was hoping to grab some attention,
Absolutely.
And then hopefully like some other bands would do it or some shit like that, and
yeah.
So we challenged Call Shot from Vegas, so hopefully they watch this and be reminded that they're supposed to do it next.
Those are some cool guys. How do you guys know them?
Our very first tour, went to play in Vegas, and they were playing the show with us. We were playing at the Double Down Saloon.
Oh, nice.
And met all those dudes, and they were just the nicest guys, and they're so good.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
So good. Their drummer at the time, Gil, was just an animal, like fastest drummer I've ever seen. Like so perfect, so great. And then I ended up filling in for them and playing with them for a little bit, and then did some cool shit, and they just became family. Like,
that's so awesome.
Yeah, way cool.
Hey, bring up some. We actually fixed it, Justin. So bring up a little bit of Call Shot. Bring up their Facebook. Yeah, super awesome guys. Very talented.
Super talented.
It was really. I remember playing at the Yucca with them. You guys had talked about them for a while, and I do remember in particular that their drummer.
Yeah.
Do you remember? You know what I'm talking about? Their drummer was sober.
Yeah.
And then he met Dave.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
that was a pretty wild night.
That was a wild day and night. And we all, oh man, I felt so bad.
So these guys are out of Vegas. Bring up that band picture right there.
Yeah, those my boys.
The boys right there?
Yep.
Dude, what's his name? Gabe?
Gabe, the guitar player?
Yeah, Gabe. He is a really, really
wearing
fun
an FOL
guy.
shirt right there.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, it's that blue can shirt.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. No, dude, Gabe was a really fucking awesome guy.
Yeah, he's an awesome dude. Great guitar player. And it's one of those dudes that I just like clicked musically with because we've listened to all the same stuff. So like playing with those dudes was so much fun. We got to play with Pulley in Bakersfield. And then played the Hard Rock with them a couple times in Vegas and shit, like on the Strip Hard Rock, and that was just so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Just way cool. And then yeah, like, you know, they always come out here and play and stuff, and they're the boys now. It's awesome.
That's awesome, man. So are you guys, is FOL got any more creative projects like you guys are thinking about?
Yeah, we got some tunes we're working on. Gonna hopefully go in and record a few.
Nice.
Yeah, we got a good handful of songs, but the thing is, like, when we write music, like, we all write the songs, and like we all write about the same thing or different things. We have these songs that don't really all kind of flow together, you know? So
Yeah.
we got like a fistful of singles, so we're just kind of trying to figure out what we want to do with them. If we're gonna do single releases or try to write some stuff for an album, or
I personally think if if I had to say anything right now, because I want to just release singles.
yeah.
For a long time, I think too, until maybe like shows are back to what they are. But there is something about, I mean, not to my own horn, but we released a single. I haven't even put it on Spotify yet. Fuck.
Yeah.
There's a music video of our single on YouTube and Facebook, and I would like to see more singles. Like, if you have an album, just release singles every other month. When you realize like people are down right now, put out
Yeah.
a fucking single.
Yeah.
I think that's like a really dope way to go, because being in so many different waves of how this thing goes, you know, one minute we think we're getting better in this lockdown, the next day we're not. And then,
Yeah.
you know, I think singles are just it's such a cool surprise. Rather,
Yeah, it seems like it's the way to go now too.
yeah, like everyone, you know, when shows were happening, like EPs and albums and all that shit
Yeah.
were super fucking dope. Absolutely. But with the way things are, like, I always get really stoked when I see a single come out.
Yeah.
Like a nice little fucking
It's
surprise.
good to hear a new song.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
For
nice.
sure. We always have these plans for recording and singles and stuff like that, but then we just never commit to like studio stuff.
It's tough one.
Just never do. We just never commit to it. Like, all right, we got it. We got the money. We got the date. Hey, you guys just want to go practice next week? You know, like we never commit to it. I don't know what it is. We have always had a weird relationship with the studio.
What is studio time like with FOL? Because like Rundown, like we are on like a schedule. We have like our click tracks that we've been listening to for 3 weeks. I mean, that's just the way we
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
So, and I know it's different for everybody.
So with Kind of But Seriously, we have these 6 songs that we think are just fucking awesome. We found a studio. We went to the Salt Mine,
Oh, nice.
which was just like, it was sick, but it was just like too much for what we were doing, you know?
Yeah.
So like, I'm not super stoked with how that recording turned out. But like, it's great, it's fun.
I think
you
it's
know?
fantastic.
And like, but we got to a point where it was costing so much that we had to like rush through the mixing and rush through all this shit. So like, a lot of things didn't get done exactly how we wanted it to. But then with Therapathy, we got that no affiliation records thing. And so we're like, all right, let's do this right this time. We're going to go in. I've never played to a click track in my life before this.
No shit.
Never. Like, I'd only been playing drums since 2013, like seriously playing drums. So
Since 2013?
Yeah.
And you have a cymbal endorsement? Or
yeah,
had one?
and a drumstick one, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so like when I started playing with Silent Us, I just learned how to play drums and this is what I want to do, and just fucking head first, practice every day, figure this shit out.
Yeah.
So with Therapathy, I've never played to a click track, but we want to do it right. We can notice where we didn't on Kind of But Seriously. This one needs to be right. And so I start practicing to a click track, get into the studio, realize I did it completely wrong. Like everything I thought I was doing right just wasn't right with the click track. So that like added all this kind of extra stress to it.
Yeah.
Because like a whole day of me drumming, and I was just like, no, like that's not good at all. And just kind of scrapped a whole day and just restarted the next day. So that was kind of like stressful about it. And it just also kind of got to a point where like, this is taking longer than we thought, you know, like it's more disciplined than we normally are. Like we're not a really super disciplined band when it comes to anything. We're just fly by the seat of our pants. We got this crazy fucking idea. Let's see if it works, see if we make it or not.
Yeah.
But then, so for that, like we learned a lot with that one. And like that album was recorded really fucking well. And like everything's where it's supposed to be, and like harmonies, and we sang right, and we were forced to do things right. So it was like a super learning experience. So I think the next time around, I think it'll be a lot better. The second one we recorded at Underdog,
Nice.
and so it just sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I think Skulldrug even mentioned that they had done some stuff with Underdog
I
in
think
the
that's
past
where they're
as well.
recording now. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you? So when it comes to bands, I want everyone to survive, but I hear of bands not surviving
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And then like there is something odd about a band going away and disappearing or breaking up or whatever when there's no shows going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It's just odd. It's really weird and it's eerie.
Yeah, eerie is a good word for it. It's like this band was doing great before all this, and then all of a sudden, like, there's not this band anymore, you know, without any, like, goodbye shows or, like, even anything written about it. Like, a lot of
No.
bands are just, that's just kind of it.
Yeah, it's it. What do you think the future of venues looks like right now?
You know, like, the ones that are doing it right, you know, and, like, not trying to force it, I think, like, unfortunately, like, they're probably struggling the most.
Yeah, well,
you
like
know?
you look at Rebel Lounge and they're a coffee shop
Yeah,
right now. And
yeah.
that's so bizarre.
And like, I don't know, like you just kind of hope that the music coming back is more of a incentive than a coffee shop, I guess, you know, like hopefully I mean, people play shows in coffee shops, I guess, but I hope there's some of them survive, but I feel like it's going to be like a change in landscape, you know, like
Yeah.
I think these venues might still be here, but there might be like new people owning them or like new things popping up in different places, you know, like it's got to be scary to open a bar or a venue right now, or even try to do anything like that.
Try to keep one alive.
Even keep one open, you know, or like like it's especially ones that rely heavily on music. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
Yucca had the cool thing where they were like doing to go food and drinks.
Great thing was too is they
Stuff
had
and-
just built in a part of the arcade. You know what I mean? And it's even bigger now. You know. And excuse me. That I think that was definitely awesome. How they built out like extended their patio.
Yeah.
You know, they've really adjusted and they had some really cool specials like
Yeah,
the drinking
like, I
with Pam
wonder,
special
like-
and
I wonder if like big places like the Marquee are gonna last, you know? Like it's
absolutely.
like they can't do anything.
No.
Like they can't just serve food. They can't open an arcade in there, you know? Like
No, and that's so wild. You know, I heard about that they were doing some show with pods. I think
like dinner table, like dinner shows and
almost
stuff.
something like that.
And man, that's gonna be so weird. Like, how you gonna sit down and watch Authority Zero sitting at a table? You
Dude,
know?
yes.
Like,
How are you gonna sit down and watch No Effects or
Yeah.
like something like that? Like,
yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I think people are gonna really try to do it, but
what you got here, Justin?
This is a list of upcoming shows at the Marquee.
Really?
Yeah.
are they all those dinner shows?
Can you read some of those to us? They're a little small, but could you read some of them?
So I mean, you have a dine-in concert on April 1st, and then that I guess is going to be with Steel Panther. They've got No Quarter, which is a Led Zeppelin tribute band coming in. The Atomic Punks on April 10th. Buck Cherry on April 14th. What is that? Spafford, a dine-in concert. Like all these are dine-in concerts.
Back
where
to
you-
back Spafford shows,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. Well, on the 20th and the 21st. But these are all just dine-in concerts where you're going to sit down and just watch people play. So I mean, the Marquee's making a huge attempt to like keep it going.
And these are a lot of cover bands, aren't they?
Yeah, some of them are.
Yeah, like the Iron Maidens,
Yachtly Crew.
Yachtly Crew. Steel Panther is an original band, I will say that. But
Here, though, it looks like Authority Zero coming in.
yeah, Authority Zero is
Yeah, they were
fun.
gonna do like an acoustic set or something. I think.
An acoustic set?
I
They
think
just
so.
got a new guitar player.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, the dude from Poor Habit.
Yeah.
That's sick.
I read the requirements for they're like, don't have a drinking problem, have really good equipment. I'm like, never mind.
Strike 1 and 2.
Yeah, strike 1 and 2.
That's funny. Their new song they put out yesterday is really sick.
What?
Yeah, they put out a new song off their new album coming up. It's like Ollie Ollie Oxenfree. It's pretty dope.
What?
Yeah. You didn't listen to it?
No, I was drunk yesterday.
Oh yeah, that'll happen.
Look that shit up real quick. I mean, I don't think we can play it, but is there any artwork for that or anything? Or is it on
there was-
Spotify?
yeah, it was on Spotify and YouTube and shit.
Bring up that Spotify real quick and just look that up. I guarantee if you just bring up Authority Zero, I'm sure their new single will be right there.
Yeah.
No
it was good.
way.
It was really good. And I think Mike played guitar and bass on it.
Really?
Mike Sparrow. Yeah, it was sick.
Wow. Oh, yeah. Check that shit out. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's good.
Hey, Justin, we can play 20 keep it below 30 seconds because we can play less than 30 seconds with it before they fucking find us.
I love this drum intro.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Oh,
sick.
play that shit. You gotta unmute the PC, I'm sure, too. I want to hear some of that.
All right, guys.
They're not gonna find this intro either if I talk over it.
Hopefully the intro's not 30 seconds.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's sick.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's sick.
Oh, yeah, kill it right there before I get too excited.
Yeah, it's sick.
And we get
Yeah,
demonetized.
you gotta listen to that.
Dude, that's awesome. I definitely gotta check that out.
Yeah, they got a whole album coming out. I love those dudes.
They got a whole album coming out?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they just finished recording.
Dude, that's exciting. I'm hoping to get Jason on here one day.
That'd be sick.
That would be pretty tight.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
what the future fucking holds. So what's the future, man?
I don't know, man. See what this TV Tragedy's got that album coming out. See what that happens with that. I don't know what our plans are with releasing it or anything. We don't have a title or anything like that. We just got a bunch of dope songs recorded. So we'll see what happens with that. FOL hopefully record, hopefully get some shows playing. Do some live stream shit, I guess. I don't know.
What do you think do you like live streaming? You can be honest. I don't like live streaming.
I don't really. That hot sauce thing was cool as fuck.
Well, that's content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's content.
Yeah.
That's recorded content.
So I
if you
think
do
that's
anything.
more like TV Tragedy did an acoustic live stream thing this summer, and that's like the only show I've even played with those guys was like an acoustic live stream, and I played a hand drum. And like, I don't know, it's weird, I don't really enjoy it. We went live. FOL went live from our practice last.
I saw
week,
that.
and like that was cool, like that because it was just random. It wasn't anything planned. It was just like, hey, we're playing good tonight. Like we're actually playing these songs right. Let's go live and hang out with people. And I think there was like something to that, the spontaneity of it. But I'm not like trying to sign up for any like these live stream shows or anything. Like when they're looking for bands to do them, because I don't know,
It's not the same feeling.
it's not the same.
We had a lot of fun. Me and Gio recently did a car drive session.
We've talked about doing something like that.
It was pretty fun. It was fun because there are people there watching you in real time, and it's cool because they're like chatting with you and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And, you got all your headphones on. It is some sort of intimacy with playing that I
Yeah.
have not had in a long time, and I think
Yeah.
that's what I loved almost the most about it. And I got to play with Shoei.
Yeah, that's
like
cool.
that was awesome.
That's
man.
cool.
Shout out Shoei.
Yeah. Did he drum with you guys?
He played. So it was me and Gio doing acoustic on car drive session, and then he played cajon.
Oh shit, that's cool.
Yeah, it was super fucking
That's
cool.
cool.
He's pretty familiar with us. We've
Yeah.
played so many shows with him with
Yeah.
whatever band
All
he's
the
in.
bands.
All the bands.
Yeah.
He's he's insane, dude. He's nut.
Yeah.
But that was cool because there are people like there's a host there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like you're interacting with
Somebody.
somebody,
Yeah.
and
it's like, hey, thanks to nobody.
yeah, like,
you know?
hey, that was an awesome song. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is nice. Like,
Yeah.
at least, because what I feel like when I've done like live streams and the song is over and it's silent,
You don't know what to do.
you feel like you're bombing a show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's like the worst thing that
Kinda
happens to you when you
sucks
do
the
it in
energy
real
out of it.
life.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Kind of
It's
sucks
rough.
the energy out of all of it.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure. No, I'm not like a huge fan of it, but like I like the content stuff, like you
Yeah,
said.
I think content's going to be like the future of how some of these bands survive
Yeah.
and make a name for themselves and whatever. Because when it's going to come to when things come back, I don't think it's going to be for a while.
Yeah, feels that
So I think a few people are going to look at resumes. You know what I mean?
way. Yeah.
And they're going to look at FOL and like, holy shit, look at what they did. Look how well this is. Like,
Yeah.
we want these guys on stage, or
Yeah.
look at what Skull Drug just did. Look at this music video.
People that are still trying to
Engage.
still
and,
trying to engage with people.
and it kind of rides the coattails of I think singles are better right now.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a 5-song EP or 5 singles, you get to kind of engage with someone and
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
5 different times as opposed to just the one album push.
Yeah. And I've thought about that for a while now too. Like I want to do fun project. It's a huge reason why I built all this. I did not think I was going to be on stage for a very, very long time. And I knew I was going to really miss people like you. You know what I mean? You were really with us from some of our beginnings and we didn't know shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we kind of both came into the scene at the same time, our bands.
It was wild.
Like some of
and
our first shows together.
dude, and it was seriously just like the biggest, warmest hug that like took me on the best ride of my life. We've played shows with you guys forever. You guys were putting us on shows, and I don't know, man. I don't know. I hope there are bands like this that have camaraderie like this, because there is something with FOL that we go so much deeper than bands that we just play with. You guys are like family to us.
Yeah, that's how we feel with you guys. You guys and Squared, it's like the same thing. It's like almost like a package deal in a lot of ways, you know?
Exactly.
Like somebody from one of the bands is going to be tagging along doing this shit with us or whatever, like the Christmas special, you know, like doing shit like that. It just feels normal and natural doing that shit with you guys like family.
It's wild, man.
It's cool having those bands like that.
Oh, absolutely.
Makes a big difference too. Like it's just more fun, you know? Like,
oh, absolutely.
For sure.
You know, I understand that people like to be alone. I don't think a lot of us do, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of us do. And I think the more that I engage with people like you and, you know, your bands, like, it just expands what I want to write about or how I write or how I perform.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
not saying like mocking or copying, but like I'm legitimately inspired by you guys and all the bands that we play
Yeah.
with. It's fun, and I miss fun.
I do too, man. Like I miss singing along to the homies songs. I miss seeing people singing our songs, you know. Just like I said, miss hugging my friends, you know. Like once a week, I know I'm gonna have a show probably, and at least see somebody that I know, and that's not at work, you know. That's not just like the regular everyday thing, you know. And
dude, yeah. And the year kicked off for me fucking like pretty shitty for like all sorts of personal stuff. Like when I think about how like the last year, 2020, like kicked off and went through a bunch of changes in my life. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. Like I'm going to make this my year. And I think a lot of people were thinking that. And then this just happened. It was terrible.
it's crazy, man. It's like, it feels like that year didn't even happen. Like we were just like robbed of it.
Oh,
you
dude,
know?
I was talking to Patrick from Reason Unknown when he was on here. I'm like, so you guys put out like an album just a few months ago? He's like, no, we put it out like 6 months ago. I was like, what?
That's
Like,
crazy.
it
I
was-
got that album and it does not feel like it was 6 months
Oh no,
ago.
it was even. I think it was even longer than that. But like, it was wild. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like, dude, how long have you been doing this? Huh?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's so crazy that they had to like release this album and like really not play off of it. I've
Yeah.
never seen that before.
I know. That's kind of where we're at with the TV tragedy one. Like we're not really rushing to do it because it's like put a lot of work into this. I don't want to just throw it out there for no reason in a way. You know, I want to be able to play shows and have a release show and like tour on it if we can and do all that. But goddamn, when the hell is that going to happen? You know, like, so do we just bite the bullet and put it out, you know, and just throw it out? But it feels like it should be something bigger than that, you know?
Dude, absolutely.
It's crazy.
What's the future for Chris?
I don't know, man. Just taking care of my family, grinding along, building up Bodacious Prince, you know, like loving life at home.
That's
like,
good.
Like I love my family, love what I got going. So just riding the wave, man. Just keeping everybody safe as I can, you know, keep moving forward. I feel like that's the thing we always try to do is just keep moving forward and see what's next. I don't even know what's next, man. Like,
Is there anything you could say to anyone that's struggling to push forward? Because to watch you do this, you know what I mean, like with all the things you're involved with, whether it be Bodacious Prince, the bands you're in, writing an album, doing these videos with FOL, and being a father, like you have a lot going on, and the fact that you're just pushing forward so hard, is there anything you could say to anybody to maybe help someone who can't feel like they can push right now?
You know, like I've been in those positions that I feel like I can't move forward, you know, and I feel like I'm just drowning or treading water or whatever it may be. And like, to me, like it just feels better to grind through it. Like it's such a fulfilling feeling to just like accomplish these things against the odds, you know?
When you
like,
come up on top.
Yeah, like I have 4 kids, I'm married, I have a full-time job, I'm 35 years old, and I still play in a couple punk bands, run a print business, you know what I'm saying? Like it's fulfilling to do the things that all the odds say you can't do. You know, like there's no, like most people have kids join, they stop playing music. You know, a lot of people can't balance that family life, you know, and the music life. And like I'm really lucky to have a wife that supports me so much, because that's just a huge part of it.
Your wife's a badass.
Oh, she's the fucking
absolute
most
badass. Probably the one thing I'm taking from this podcast the most. And new stand.
Yeah, seriously though, because like I couldn't do any of it without her. You know, and like to have that driving force, like when I never thought I would find, I guess not to be cheesy, would find that person or be married or whatever.
You guys. You guys are fucking cute, dog.
Goddamn adorable. Yeah, man. Like just having that reason pushes me forward. You know, seeing my kids, you know, seeing my wife, like I can't stop grinding. Like it's just what I do. You know, like my dad was the same way. He single dad with kids, and he just seeing him work hard and what he's accomplished. You know, that's where I'm at in a different aspect. You know, and different focuses on it. You know, but you know, like things get better. You know, like I've been at the bottom. I've felt really bad. You know, I've been through terrible shit in my life, but you know, things have gotten better, and like I never thought I'd be where I am today, and I'm definitely not falling back to where I was. So all I can do is push forward, and like that's the best feeling to me, is to push through shit that people think, you know, shouldn't be done or can't be done or whatever it may be.
If I had a hypothetical situation, FOL's #1 fan is in this pandemic, jobless, in his apartment, single by himself. If you were to say something to that fan to lift their spirits, what would you say to them right now?
Listen to Not Today. Like really, like, you know, like we all have to go through the shit and all that, but like sometimes you gotta just take time for yourself, you know? Like that's one thing that FOL has really showed me, is like, no matter, all of us go through our own shit in different ways, you know? But when the 3 of us get together, it's just all that's gone, and we write these songs, and I feel like I hope people feel the same way when they listen to them, you know? Like we have kind of a serious tone to it, but like we're a very joking around band, and sometimes you just got to say not today, you know, like I'm not going to do this shit today. Like I'll do it tomorrow. I got to do it yesterday, you know, probably going to have to do it next week, but sometimes just fuck, not today, man. I'm going to fucking do this today instead, and take time for yourself, because that shit's important. And it's important to focus on you before you can really focus on anything else, you know?
That's awesome, dude. Before we get out of here, when are you guys going to perform Victim's Anthem? I'm going to fucking dog you on this till the end of time. That is one of my favorite fucking songs,
so
and I cannot, dude, I love that song so
know.
much. I don't know what it is. Like, like it's so marchy, like ding 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 ding.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Me and Aaron
man.
played it at practice Thursday, and that's the first time I've played it in probably like over a year.
I love that song. I'm going to tell you guys at the end of time, I want to fucking hear that song
When's the
on
last
stage.
time? We've played it live once.
Bullshit.
Maybe once.
You're full of shit. 'Cause Dave's like, it's too slow for our set.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like every time it's on my snare set list, it gets crossed out and something else gets written there.
I know that's what happens.
Yep, pretty much every time. We'll play it next time we see you.
Chris, I love you, buddy.
I love you so much, bud. Thanks for having me here.
Dude, absolutely. Thank you for coming. It really
Yep.
means the world to me.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy.
Been too long.
Thank you guys for checking out this episode of The Rundown with Silva. He's Chris. I'm Tyler Silva. And I'll see you guys in the next episode.
Thanks,
Bye-bye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye.
Yeah, the rundown.